Responsibility. Being responsible. Welcome to MrDungles channel. Today's July the 12th, 2021. Podcast number 2. Today's topic, responsibility. Being responsible. So much to tie in, so much to get into. As always, this is not financial advice, and I do this for entertainment purposes only. I would like for you to take the time today and understand what it means to be responsible. I'd like you to take a piece of paper, a note card, or even on your phone in the notes section, write down what it means to be responsible. Now, this is for all ages. Doesn't mean because you're young, because you're older. Doesn't mean if you're a millennial, Gen Z, Gen X, A, B, C, D, E. Doesn't matter. This applies to each and every person who is living today. Responsibility, known as what are you being held accountable for? Responsibilities, the things that you as an adult, as a child, as a teenager do that you need to be accountable for. Again, this is going to apply to so many walks in life. This can apply to your marriage. This can apply to your daily work. This can apply to your sports team. This can apply to your friendships. This can apply to so many things. What I want you to do, though, is what are you responsible for at right now? July the 12th, or whenever you're hearing this, what are you responsible for? Now, if on that piece of paper, note, whatever you write down, you have nothing. You have nothing you're responsible for. You have a life that many envy. You have a life of what would be called a silver lining. You have been born with a silver spoon in your mouth. That doesn't mean that you have foreigns and exotics and you can spend and do whatever you want. No, it just means you didn't have to struggle. You didn't have to fight. You didn't have to gather balls, gather enough strength, gather enough courage to continue to battle, to be somewhere where you are today. I know a lot of old heads will reason with this video. I know a lot of young people will be upset and they'll say, you're targeting me, you're making this video about me. Especially, I've spoken to quite a few people over the last few days regarding these subjects, and they're always like, oh, why are you making the video about me? And it's like, no, I talk to lots of people a day, and you guys are all going through the same thing. So let's talk about, do you have things that you pay? Do you have a job? Do you have a career? Are you going to school? Are you disabled? Maybe you're on disability, but you want to be responsible more. You want to talk with whoever's helping you get through your disability or working with you hand in hand. So you want to be more responsible. Well, to be more responsible, you need a job. Then this doesn't go for everybody, but it goes for everybody. You need to be able to provide. Now, we live in 2021. As we mentioned in yesterday's episode, there's not much you don't, or there's not much you can't do in 2021. There's literally so many avenues. There's so many ways to be able to make money, to be able to provide an income, to be able to be innovative. If one thing we've learned over the last 18 months in this world, especially in the United States of America, is that innovative creativity has brought out the best in people. Months ago, people said, you won't be able to start a YouTube channel, you won't be able to do this, you won't be able to do that. Boom, done. Oh, well, it'll never get monetized, it will never... Boom, done. I want you to stop focusing on reading so much about, well, this politician's doing that, that politician's doing that, this vaccine is doing that, this is doing that. Meanwhile, you're doing nothing. Meanwhile, you're getting stuck in the game they want you to be stuck in because you don't know how to move from A to B or C to D. You're more worried about what they're doing, about what the politicians, about what mommy and daddy, about what your neighbor's doing, than what you are doing. And that's where the problem comes in. You already have a big problem because you don't have a job. You already have a problem because you're not in school. You already have a problem because you had kids. And now you're like, dude, I need to be able to sustain these kids. I need to be able to sustain my child who's on my way. And that's why we're talking today. Responsibility starts with you. It starts with me. And it starts by taking action. It starts by being able to identify, execute, and continue to do that repeatedly. Identify what the problems are. Identify what you need to be responsible for. And execute it by doing what you need to do. Those terms seem vague, but each person, each individual is different. You can be paying thousands of dollars for courses, hundreds to attend a live event, to hear the same thing I'm telling you for FREE. You want to sit down because you're 26, you're 27, maybe you graduated college, maybe you didn't. You're like, well, there's a big economics collapse that's getting ready to unfold right beneath our eyes. You're trying to figure life out and you're like, well, I'm still young and, mommy and daddy still do this for me. Well, maybe it's time to take initiative and say, shoot, I'm 26, 27 years old. Mommy and daddy really shouldn't be paying my phone bill. I'm 26, 27 years old. Maybe I should be having a car so I could drive somewhere. I'm 26, 27 years old. Maybe I should have money to be able to go out, to be able to do things, and not tap into money that I've been gifted because I really haven't really worked. You need to be able to manage your time. One of the things you'll never get in life is time. And that ties into responsibility. Because if you can't manage your time effectively, you're not going to be responsible. See, I'm going to give you the best example that anybody could give you. You can sit down and make fun of people that work at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, whatever restaurant you want to call it, fast food industry. But they're going to work. Most of them have a car. Most of them have a child. Most of them are working hard to provide food on their table. Yet, you have been given everything in life, and you don't have a job, and you don't have responsibilities, and you're so stuck up on all these mandates and everything that's going on in the world that you're getting slowly left behind. But you have this vision because you're supposedly a visionary where you're going to turn some projects and products over time into millions and billions of dollars. Well, let me tell you something. If you haven't started anything by now, most likely you're not going to do anything at that point. You need to start somewhere. You need to stop talking so darn much and start executing. Because otherwise, key components around your life are going to fail. The fast food worker that works at McDonald's, Wendy's, these restaurants, fast food processors, companies that we just talked about, mentioned, they get paid weekly, bi-weekly, I don't know how it is now. Say they get paid $400 or $300 a week. So they know that they have probably their rent to pay, they have bills to pay, they have X, Y, and Z. But they know they have a car, they have insurance to pay, but they need gas. A car is like, okay, well, I need food too. Food for a car is gas. Making sure its oil is fine, blah, blah, blah. Perfect. Thankfully, you don't have to change the oil until every 3,000, 5,000, depending on the year, the model, and all that. But you need gas. So if you know you have $400 to last you till next Friday, okay, well, I need to pay this, I need to pay that, I need to pay this, I need to pay that. I need $60 minimum to be able to have a little bit for food and be able to have gas money. Throughout this whole series, you're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to learn so much about what is the driving force that is going to propel you to the levels you want to be at. It's going to not be an easy journey. At times, you're going to be upset with yourself. At times, you're going to be upset with the narrator who's narrating this. At times, you're going to feel lonely. You're going to feel overwhelmed. And that's fine. A lot of people have been battling depression. A lot of people have been battling anxiety. A lot of people have been battling mental health issues. And I'm here to tell you mental health is a real thing. I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with having anxiety. There's nothing wrong with being depressed. It's just we need to figure out a way as a whole, as a community, as a people, as everyone, to slowly get out of those funks and out of those places that are so dark, because sometimes you wake up in the morning and you don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes you wake up and you don't know what to do, and you're like, man, I really don't know if I want to do this today. And some still get up because they have responsibilities such as their apartments, their houses, their cars, their kids, but they're still depressed. A matter of fact, I know people that are retired elderly who are depressed, who have been battling for scars for years and years and years, who have been battling with so many things because they were abused, whether it's mentally, sexually, so many things that it's built up over years. They're 60, 65 years old, mad at the world, mad at everybody, and it's time to break those chains. It's time to succeed in life. And so many of you want to say, oh, he's saying succeed in life, meaning money. No, success means different things to different people. Success is something that means you are free to do as you want to do, or happy to do what you want to do. Understanding that in the state of depression that you're in right now, you don't really necessarily have a place of happiness. That's fine. But understanding that one day you will. I want you to understand that everything that's gone on through the pandemic and everything we've battled throughout the last couple of years and what we're about to start battling is something that has helped many people define new ways to be innovative, define their purpose in life. You never know if your life experiences can be helping one person. These videos, these podcasts, even if I impact just one person, I'm happy with. I could have 100, views and 99 bad comments. But if I have one good comment where someone knows and I can feel that they've actually been impacted and that they're really trying, that's good enough. So many people want to win the race and go ahead and go full force and not, they want to build Rome in a day, and that's not how it goes. As always, I thank you guys for tuning in. This is going to be a shorter episode. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about relationships and different things. But today's responsibility starts with you. It starts with me. As always, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Jesus loves you. I love you. Take care. God bless. Feel free to leave a comment.